Here we go, folks. It is time to do the lightning round, the finishing up number 5. Hope your pocketbooks can handle it, folks, because there's some really cool stuff to come. Take it away, Mikey.
Absolutely. If I don't know if we've saved the best for last, but we'll see what people think. When Mike, let's hear your last gift idea for the holidays.
My last gift idea is for the loved one in your life. Everyone has a relationship that they want to remember, where you were when you first met them, where you were when you might have popped the question, or where you got married. This is a pretty cool item from 365 Canvas. It is called Hello, Will Do, and I Do. It is a map canvas that is custom made per date, per map, and basically with names and everything. And I got one of these for Judy like 2 or 3 years ago, and it's hanging up in our hall with our wedding, right above our wedding picture. And it shows like where I met her, where we went on our first date, and then where I proposed to her, and then where we got married. And it's pretty awesome because each one it's a decent size. It's like 12 by 18, but you can even go up higher, up to a 20 by 30 if you want to go that big. And it is a custom canvas. So
you two met in prison, right?
Of course we did.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, we met somewhere else, but we ended up in prison that night, so it's okay. So,
I just wonder if they have
Rikers was a really great price to go.
I just wonder if they have additions, because Mike and Judy have like renewed their vows several times, so they could have like
don't you need about 4 or 5 of these?
Yeah, you can wallpaper the house.
Oh yeah, well, but no, it's pretty amazing that you can do
cool.
this.
It's
very cool,
very sweet.
Yeah.
And it's neat because it's very romantic, and it also is just very thoughtful and everything. I actually had thought about getting one of these for my sister, even because my sister and her current husband met in high school, so
Wow.
and everything. And so it's pretty cool to get this kind of stuff for him. The only problem was trying to remember the dates. So trying to
the
what was
dates
the
and
date?
the places. I can only imagine getting this made for Michelle, and then giving it to her, and she looks at it and she goes, "That's not where we met."
Takes out the red pen.
Exactly. Hi, 365 Canvas, do you take returns?
Can I get this? Is whiteout? Will whiteout work on this?
If they end up ripping your heart out, you can burn it. So,
Exactly. And you can use it. It's very flammable, so it's very easy to stick in the fireplace. And when you end up with your relationship at that point.
I proposed to my wife on a cruise ship, so it would just be a blue heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Middle of the Pacific.
Just water.
Exactly.
But,
you could say it was Fantasy Island. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. No, it's very cool. And very romantic too.
Yeah. And it's shocker for me to do something
sweet.
romantic like that.
Yeah, I guess anything you can do to get some points, right?
Well, damn
Get some
straight.
points on the board. Mary,
If you need to look at it that way.
Yeah, what is your final gift idea?
Well, and here's another very romantic gift. Jaws.
Awesome.
This is actually, I want to kind of plug the whole website, the Folio Society, because they do incredible illustrated editions of all kinds of books, fiction, nonfiction, children's, and they're just incredibly well crafted, beautifully bound. I love beautifully illustrated books.
Oh, the illustrations are gorgeous.
Aren't they? They're incredible. I wish people who are only listening to the podcast could see them, because there's these wonderful sort of tone poem paintings with a lot of very evocative of Jaws.
That looks
Very
great.
cool.
Yes, and they have many different things that they do.
I've seen these. They're gorgeous. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they're
take
incredible.
a lot of care in what they do. So
Mhm.
yeah, I love them.
And for something like Jaws, which everybody, knows the movie and everything, but few people have read the book. So this is a great, for those people who really like Jaws, probably a lot of them haven't read the book. And this is really a nice way for them to add that to their collection and actually, read the source material.
Like that, I
Yeah.
know that
Exactly.
I know that there's a book about the making of the movie, which I have not read, but I've heard that it's just wonderful and considered just one of the best books about filmmaking. So that might be a
Mhm.
Really?
nice combo gift if there's a major Jaws fan in your life. Get that one too.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome, folks.
So much about that movie that's amazing. But yeah, it started with the book. And
Sure.
I have read the book, and it a long time ago, but it's different because they had to make a lot of changes during the course of making the movie. But the book is it stands on its own. It's very different. It's a little bit different. I think it has the point of view of the shark, if I'm not mistaken,
Mhm.
through a lot of it. And so if you
It
ever
does, yeah.
wanted to know what a shark thinks,
As we all do. Yeah, I've
Peter
read the book
Peter Benchley
too.
has an idea.
And yeah,
Yeah.
they're actually pretty, I mean, pretty reasonably priced for what they are, because these are very special editions. They're not
Mhm.
something you're going to find anywhere else.
Right,
So
nice
if you have a
slipcase.
yeah,
Mhm.
if you have a
Yes.
book lover in your life, I think they would love to get something like this. And there's tons to choose from,
Yeah.
all across all genres, even nonfiction.
And can I just say, at the risk of, I know we've got Kevin to give another pick as well, but so far all the books, even though I have a ton of them back here, I would love to have any of those. Any of those are welcome to be added to the collection behind me, because they are all excellent ideas for book lovers, I think. Speaking of Kevin, I think you're next.
All right, I guess I got one more book for you. Yeah, I was trying to decide what to put in my fifth spot because I've got two or three here, but I have to choose one. I will do that right now. And well, there hasn't been a novel among the books that I've recommended so far. So how about a novel just to mix it up? And I think for the third time in a row, I'm going to say full disclosure. This is written by a friend of mine.
Again?
Once again.
I'm beginning to know why we didn't allow Kevin on again, because I think
Yeah.
he comes on, he just promotes his
I'm
friend.
just plugging books for my friends, but I know so many super talented people that I can't help myself. But here
Absolutely.
is the novel. This is a novel just came out this year. It's called Sinkhole, and it's by Davida Breer. And I've known Davida, 30 years, something like that. I go way back with Davida as well. This is her first novel, and I loved it. I tore through this book this past summer, and for kind of 80s nerds like us, it is set in the 80s. It's teenagers in the 80s. But that said, it's not like it's not hey, it's the 80s. It's Pac-Man, it's Rubik's cubes. Let's have fun. This is like the real 80s. It's kind of bouncing back and forth. It's a woman in the present day who's returning to her hometown for the first time in a long time, and she has a lot of baggage and a lot of dark, troubling things that happened when she was a teen that affected the rest of her life. And it's all got to get sorted out finally. It's kind of there's a mystery element to it. And so you get that 80s feel in the flashback sequences to her teen years, but it's like real 80s. It's, being a kid still, it wasn't a party just because it was the 80s, which we view through our nostalgic lens these days. It's set in Florida, kind of a little middle of nowhere town in Florida, and you just feel it. She paints this town in this book that you feel the humidity, you feel the
Yeah.
bugs, the weather, trailer parks where they live, and it's just I've spent very little time in Florida in my life, but I felt like I was there reading it. Such a strong debut novel that I can absolutely recommend it. This was something special. I'm looking forward to what she does next. But if you're just looking for something, got a little bit of an 80s angle to it, which I always like, I'm a Mr. 80s around here, no secret. But this was just a really gripping, suspenseful, and very, very interesting. It raises it covers a lot of issues very thoughtfully, kind of things about toxic relationships in high school life, that kind of thing. It really drifts into some interesting areas, really special. So that is my recommendation. Just to end on a very different note from my other books, but here's a novel called Sinkhole by Davida Breer.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool.
That looks
Does
really
sound very
good.
interesting.
Very
Yes,
nice.
yes.
It's good.
You do know some very creative people. So
including everyone on this podcast right now. I really do. I'm just surrounded by people who I'm just amazed by what they do.
he just wants to be on next year.
Yeah, he does. Wow.
Get an invitation before another 8 years goes by.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, Richard.
Okay, so in not keeping with the spirit of indie or romantic, I'm going to share something that I found a love for this year.
Oh, amusement parks.
It's Universal.
Studios.
What I got to go to Universal this past summer, and if you have a Harry Potter fan in your life, you have to take them to Universal. We're taking my niece in a couple weeks for her Christmas. She's 10 years old, and if you haven't been to Universal Orlando, I mean the Wizarding World. I mean, I'm a Harry Potter fan, but I'm not crazy about it. But it's incredible what they've done. And like when you ride Hogwarts, the train, Hogwarts Express, like it's just my favorite part. And like there's just a really they take a lot of care in everything. Like you walk through all the shops, you can pick a wand can pick you. Also, if you're a Jurassic Park fan, they have the Velocicoaster this year, and they also have um, the Welcome Center. Although there was like 5,000 people when I was there inside this small Welcome Center, it was really cool. It looked just like um, in the movie. So and they have Universal, they have Islands of Adventure, and they also have a water park too during the summer. I mean, I just felt like I needed to just add this because, I mean, especially for the Harry Potter fans, the Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure is really fun. It's got a sidecar. It doesn't go upside down, so it's not terrifying, and you don't think you're going to die the entire time.
Which is a true plus. It's a true plus, folks.
And they also do. They also have the Bourne. What do they call it? The Bourne Stuntacular. So it's like Jason Bourne, and it's like it's really state of the art, and it's a really cool show. So it's a good family trip, and I feel like the whole family could really have fun and probably melt down in the around 3 o'clock when everybody wants a nap and you just start crying and fighting with each other.
That's just me
But
and
it's a
Judy
great
on a
time.
typical day, so it's okay.
Yeah, true. It's been a long time since I've been to Universal Studios Orlando. And it looks like a lot.
Yeah, it had been like 15 years for me, Mike, and like I went this past year, and I mean it's incredible. It really is.
Yeah, I mean Disney gets all the headlines, and rightly so. But what Universal has put together down there is pretty incredible. Depending on what movies you like and everything like that. But everything that I haven't been there in like 20 years maybe. But it was a place that I definitely enjoyed going to, and I had a friend that worked there for a while, and so I know exactly what goes on behind the scenes and how much work they put into everything. So
They also have if somebody's a Simpsons fan, they have
Mm.
Krusty Land. And so it's their carnival, and then they have
Huh.
a Krusty ride, and so if and it's just spectacular what they do. Like, you feel like you're in these things. Like they have Cat in the Hat. It's just great.
They still have some Marvel rides too, right?
Yeah, they still have Hulk and Spider-Man. I don't know when they're losing those, but you can tell they're building, their brands of what they
Right.
have. Like, they have Transformers and Fast and Furious ride, and they have a Kong ride. Man, I could talk about it all for hours, but the King Kong ride is amazing too. So it's really fun. I urge people to try to make it down there.
Very cool. Very cool. And that is Universal Studios Orlando. Pricing varies depending on what you want to do.
You want to get at
Uh,
least two of the parks, so it's about $200 a person at least.
yeah, yeah. But well worth it from what I remember. So
It
good
is.
job. And I guess I'll go last. And this is sort of related to a big event, big attraction that is near and dear to a lot of our hearts, which of course is Dragon Con every year. And of course you can get a membership and all of that. But I wanted to I've really gotten a look and had a lot, and I think he's expanded too. But there's a guy that named Sven who puts together the Drunken Dragon Hotel merchandise, and a lot of it is Dragon Con related. It is especially if you are in love with the old Marriott carpet. There's a lot of shirts and everything. This year he's really expanded out, in addition to doing shirts and everything like that, cups and designs like that. He's actually put together some Lego things. For those people who can see the screen, he's got like a FedEx guy. He's got
I
like
love it. They have John. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
they have of course you can't call him FedEx guy,
Yeah.
so he's just called like Con John. But they have the I love the fact that there's a Lego like postcard, like the blue postcard that you get, like for those people who are going to Dragon Con, you can get a replica Lego blue postcard. They've got like doors, they've got he's got ornaments right now that he's selling as well, that have that design. He's got a carpet Death Star ornament, stay on carpet, it looks like the stay on target design, graphic design from the original Star Wars New Hope movie. He comes up with different ideas, and he's just not afraid to just do whatever. And sometimes they don't last very long. Like they're made by one person. I think he's just a one-person crew, so he'll make a few, and then once he sells out, they're gone. And if they're, if he gets it into his head, he'll do more. But he'll, like, a lot of times he'll just move on and do other things. So if there's something that you want, it's best to grab it while it's available, because it might not be available much longer, and he might not be doing them again. But it's a really cool. I have a couple of items. I have a shirt, an Aloha shirt that has the Marriott carpet design. And when I wear that at Dragon Con, and people ask me where I got it, because it's cool. And when I'm not at Dragon Con, if I wear it, people who know, it's like one of those things that you were talking about. People who know, like they like, yeah, either they go, oh, wow, that's a pretty loud shirt. Or they're like, oh, where did you get that? That's cool. You go to Dragon Con, don't you? And so, there's so many people out there, so many friends of ours, that Dragon Con is so important. And this is a way that, you can kind of celebrate it unofficially, of course. But yeah, none of this is actually official Dragon Con products, but they are Dragon Con adjacent. I think last year on the dealer room, he had a vending machine that had a lot of like little items, and that vending machine in the America's Mart had a line like 50 deep every time I went by it. So he just sells a lot of these things at the con, but you can get them. He makes them all year round. I think he'll take a break sometime during the spring, but then he'll start churning them up in the summer and come out with some stuff so that people can get them and have them in time for Dragon Con, the con itself. But if you're interested, if you love Dragon Con, or someone who loves Dragon Con, and you want to get them a little item to sort of celebrate that their love for Dragon Con, Drunken Dragon Hotel is, I think, a place to go. It's a wonderful gift shop. The work that Sven's doing is really fun.
That's awesome stuff. That is great. It's like,
Yeah,
look,
I love that stay on carpet. I might have to get myself a stay on carpet shirt because that's just really cool. I like that idea. I like that pun. But Mike, do you have any Drunken Dragon stuff?
no, none at all.
Gotcha.
No,
Because I know that
yeah, some of the
our-
stuff he has is pretty amazing.
yeah, one of our co-hosts of the Dragon Con report, Jen, loves this stuff too. So she's a big supporter of Drunken Dragon Hotel and Sven and everything. So that is going to do it for our official gift ideas. Man, I wish we had more time because we could go over. I know a lot of us have some honor and mentions and everything like that, but we just don't have time. So reach out to us via social media. And let us know certainly if you have ideas, and let us know if you want to know what some of our other ideas are, because I've got a couple that are just burning, and I'll probably post them online and social media in some case, because yeah, there's some really cool stuff out there, I think, still, but hopefully with all the ideas that we've given you, you'll have some ideas to give the geek in your life a gift that they will never forget or always treasure, I think, at least, or like for a weekend, right? Or a few days, or in the case of a book, they'll like it and put it on the shelf or something, right? So anyway, thanks everybody for listening to this, and we will be right back, and we're going to close out the show.